Hey everybody, welcome to another adventure. Today we are at the John P. Saylor Trail here in Gallitzin State Forest. We are going to do a backpacking trip with some friends. There's 0% chance of rain, but if you look at the clouds, looks like it could rain, so that should give you a clue to who we may be hiking with. So, can you guess who we might be hiking with? Sure enough, we've got Bill Maksim from Maksim Outdoors and Ryan from Mountains into Memories. And hopefully you remember them from our Dolly Sods trip.
Yeah. It was a good one.
I'm thinking this hike might be even a little more relaxed trip than that was. We're hoping maybe 6-7 miles a day, maybe in two nights here, but we don't know. We're just going to go and see how things go. Sorry about the noise. See you in a bit. I'll show you on the map what we're doing here. So here's the map, John P. Saylor Trail. We are currently parked right here. I believe the plan for today is hike down here on the bog trail, catch the John P. Saylor down into the clear shade wild area, and there should be a lean-to and place to camp right down in here. That should be our first night. And then the second day, we're not quite sure. We're just going to hike out, and somewhere in this area, who knows where, we should camp for a second night and then out to our vehicles after that. Come along, should be a fun time. And here we go. Pack only feels like 100 pounds already. And the trail doesn't look real well traveled, already overgrown, but then we'll be turning onto the John P. Saylor, and it might be a little more traveled than this bog trail. Beautiful spot already along the trail. What do you say we just set up camp right here under these inviting?
Yeah, right in this little bowl here would be a good spot to set up camp.
But I don't think we've gone even a quarter mile yet, so we better keep going. But Ryan and I were just talking about updating ourselves on each other's families and stuff. And if you've never seen Ryan's Alaskan trip, go to Mountains into Memories and look up his Alaskan trip. That was pretty much a once in a lifetime. I'd love to do that sometime, but if you're like me and probably never get there, go to Ryan's channel and check that out. It's truly an amazing trip.
It was a lot of fun. It was a great trip. I would definitely suggest going to Alaska, that's for sure.
If they were to watch one episode of your Alaskan trip, which would you tell them to watch?
Probably Denali National Park.
Denali National Park. So check it out. It's really, really good series. So far, very enjoyable trail. I was just kidding around. That last shot, Bill was in front, and that rarely ever happens because Bill likes to lag behind and get you guys all kinds of camera angle shots. He's always milling around back behind trying to get some really cool video, and then we usually wait at the next intersection or something for him. Ryan and I have made it to a road crossing, but like I said earlier, we like to wait for Bill at any intersections or any crossings. And what do you think he's doing? You guessed it, filming. So a little behind the scenes, here's what these guys go through to get videos out there. Check it out. And I'll move away from them so I'm not disturbing their shots. But just wanted to show you all what goes into these videos sometimes. And a lot of times, like I said, we're going for a leisurely maybe 6-7 mile hike today. But you can probably add another half mile to that walking back and forth to the camera. We really enjoy it, and we really enjoy bringing you all along. So, thank you all for being here. So I don't want to jinx it already, but maybe we broke the curse of Bill Maksim because the sun is pretty much out. We haven't had any rain. So hopefully it'll remain that way throughout the trip. And it's probably only 60 degrees. It's just perfect weather for doing this. So maybe the Bill Maksim Rain Man curse, maybe it's over with. Ow! 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 I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa! I'm walking on sunshine. Yeah! And don't it feel good? Do, 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 do. So I don't know if I said, but a few years ago I hiked the upper loop here with my grandson Lincoln. I miss having Lincoln along, but he's 16 now and has a lot of responsibilities and pretty busy. Well, hopefully we'll get back out together on the trail one of these days soon. But if any of this looks familiar, that may be why. But when we did this trail, it was very hot and it was a lot more growed up and buggy. So Lincoln, if you're watching, you would really enjoy this now. Look at this trail. Nice path, no bugs, perfect weather. Wished you could have been along. Yes, very fortunate to have such a beautiful day to begin our hike here. Wow, very nice. And as far as hiking goes, I'd like to say to everybody, hike your own hike. If it's just a hike from your living room to your front porch to be able to sit outside and watch the wildlife, that's a good hike. If it's a mile in a state park, that's a good hike. If it's 6 miles, like we should be doing today, that's a good hike. Any hike is a good hike, and hike your own hike. A lot of guys like to do a lot of miles. I'm not one of those. I do enjoy doing a lot of miles once in a while. The Wandering Woodsman and I just did 10 miles, and I enjoyed that hike, but there are some times this old body doesn't feel like doing very much at all, and I do know that if I get out and do a little wee bit, that makes me feel good. So I guess what I'm trying to say is hike your own hike and enjoy the outdoors any way that you can. The trail really turned into a different type of area now. Out through here, you can even see the neighboring mountain range over there. Very nice. Very nice. So I don't have any history on this area, but this almost looks like an old rail path or old road. Check it out. Doesn't that look like almost like an old rail path? But either way, a beautiful, beautiful trail. There's some pretty neat looking plants in this area. I'll see if I can zoom in on those little white plants for you. So yeah, while the first part of our trail was pretty much the same old thing, it's been really interesting here the last few miles. Little boggy areas and then back into the deep dark woods. Very cool. Wow. Yeah. Pretty crazy. So earlier I said this looked kind of like a railroad, and Ryan and I were discussing the way it's humped up here and stuff. Looks like an old railroad. And he even pointed out this may not be, but it almost looks like that could have been an old railroad tie. We're not sure, but has that look. Not sure. But definitely was some kind of a path, whether it was road or railroad. But very neat. It got really dark in here.
There's all these dips that go like this. Like the railroad ties would like decomposed.
Yep.
Like before the ground. That's why it's undulated like that. Would be my guess.
Yep.
Because here's one, and they're evenly spaced.
Most definitely.
There's one.
Yep.
There's one.
I believe you're right. Very cool. I've been working on the railroad all the live long day. I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away. Can't you hear the captain shouting, down and blow your horn? I don't want you to blow, I don't want you to blow, I don't want you to blow your horn. Remember that old song? But yeah, you can feel, like Ryan said, the bumps from where the railroad ties were. So it definitely was an old railroad of some type. If you know anything about the history here, let me know in the comments, or let us all know in the comments. And yet another area we should have smell-o-vision, where you can really smell that pine scent and earth scent. Really smells good. Can you all smell that? Wow. Oh, beautiful little spot here. About ready to cross the bridge, but it's like somebody was here before. And yeah, nice little bridge crossing. Look at that. Beautiful up through there. So out into another opening, and there's a sign for Nordic Trail, and the trail we were on, and we are still on, John J.P. Saylor Trail. And pretty neat view right here. Check this out. Almost like a swampy area. Look at that. But we'll wait for the other guys here, because usually every intersection we'll stop and make sure everything's okay with everybody. Wow, what a beautiful day. Look at these clouds. Right back there is where it says Nordic Trail. Here's another sign. So we'll wait right here for the rest of the guys. So probably not something you want to lose out here on the trail, but I think this is where we're going to take a little stop and wait spot. Oh. So Ryan's down there checking out a cool looking campsite, and I believe we are right at our swinging bridge, and we will be heading, we are not camping here, we're heading on a loop across the bridge and finding a campsite over that way. So we got a few, 2 or 3 more miles yet we're going to do before we head to a camp, but this is a beautiful area right here. Yeah, down here should be our bridge.
Say maybe we should face out a little bit here.
What's the weight capacity?
Yeah, I was going to say this might be our final moment here.
Whoa. 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 We'll take a look at the beautiful stream while we're here. Definitely a BEA beautiful spot. So let's finish our trek. Whoa, across the bridge. Whoa. And it swings pretty good. All right, that was fun. Did you all enjoy that? So we made it over our swinging bridge, and now we are headed for there's a 5-mile loop on this side of the bridge in the wild area. Now we're going to camp somewhere out in the wild area, we believe. So I don't know why I was thinking this side across the bridge would be like more of a swampy, boggy area, and maybe it'll turn into that, I don't know. But right now it's just pretty much similar forest to what we already hiked through. Still very beautiful. So there's the trail, but what is this? Almost looks like a spring coming out of the mountain here. Look at that. I guess this is a spring flowing right out. That is pretty neat there. But look at that. There's nothing here. And right there. Very cool. We got cat o' nine tails out there. And this is what I pictured this side would look more like. Pretty wild looking spot there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's 2 humps there, and a little stream or something runs right out of that. And then this big meadow, and here comes our other fellows. Very neat, very cool area. I'm liking this side over here. There's some kind of wild looking flower there. I don't know what.
You need someone in the comments to identify that for
Yeah,
us.
what is that? You know what that is? Let us know. So we're not real far into this loop, and I'm really enjoying it. Again, it has the bumps, like Ryan was pointing out, like the railroad ties. And it's got some pretty cool plant species that I haven't seen before. So. Beautiful sky today. And some very neat fields. Very neat. So this is our trail now, and this is more what I thought this side would be like. Mucky, boggy. Look at that, how cool is that? Pretty wild. Wow. And always an airplane. We have hit an uphill section which I wasn't expecting. It's hit me pretty hard. Yowzer, yowzer, yowzer. We're gonna make it. I think Ryan's at the top. Is that the top?
Looks like the top.
Yay.
That was a doozy, huh?
What?
The hill.
What hill?
Down here.
We may be downhill now.
Hopefully. We're all uphill. Be camping here.
Yeah. So I'd like to thank Bill Maksim for putting a song in my head. He just mentioned lawyers, guns, and money, which we talked about that song when him and I were camping up in Garrett County, Maryland. So thanks, Bill. Send lawyers, guns, and money. Da-da-da-da-da. Now I remember the Hank Jr. version of that song. I think Warren Zevon sang that first. And if you know Warren Zevon, he was famous for the Werewolves of London. Aroo! Werewolves of London. That is one of my all-time favorite songs. There you can see the trail has gotten a lot more overgrown and less defined. We shouldn't be too far from where we are going to camp for the night. Oh, and we open up, look at that. Beautiful forest. Oh, home, sweet home. And it didn't come soon enough.
Want to get a shot of us all putting our packs down.
Okay.
Look at that.
Can't take them anywhere.
One down, two to go. Ooh. So I think we are all set up for the night. I'll show you around camp here a little bit and everybody's set up. Of course, this is my Underwood aggregator 2-person $25 tent that is soon to be replaced because I've had it a few years. I'd like to get a 1 trekking pole tent, but that's down the road. But I'll show you inside here. Here we have everything inside the tent. I'm almost ready to crawl in there. A little early for that. Back here we have the Kelty Ryan Mountains to Memories set up. Very cool, reliable Kelty tent.
I got something new too. I got a pillow.
And we got a Teton pillow.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that fancy?
Yeah, you blow it up. Now I won't have to sleep with my head on a rock.
There you go. And over here we have the newest, latest and greatest tent from Nemo.
It was on sale.
Which I was looking at these tents. They are very interesting looking tents.
Looks like an alien spaceship just landed
I
here.
don't think it's in the cards just yet for me. But if he tells me how much he loves it, I may have to go out and look at one.
The one thing I do think is interesting about it is it has 2 doors on it.
That's
So
cool.
You can get in and out, but
That is nice.
we'll see how it goes. I use the old Kelty for like 5 years now, so I already miss it. But
You do kind of get attached to
Yeah,
tents. You get
yeah.
used to their setup, and it's kind of frustrating getting a new tent and trying to figure out how to set it up when you're so used to the old one. Anyway, I think we're going to leave you for a bit. This is just show you one last look at our setup for the night. So we're just sitting here kicked back, relaxing at our shelter, but I wanted to share a little something with these guys that our friend Stacy would rather be hiking turned me on to here in a recent hike. So let me get this out here. If I can find it.
is it legal?
Is it legal? Knowing coming from Stacy, who knows? No, she had these little berries. They're like crunchy little. We don't have to pick berries. We have berries in here, so
All right.
we're gonna try some of these.
Definitely legal.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, we almost didn't have any. Almost went on there.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I need a sugar rush.
Yeah, this should do it. Not the salt. I don't have any chips like you were craving earlier.
These will do. I like it.
Good stuff.
Good. Well, thank you, Stacy. These are pretty good. Now we're hooked on 'em. You out there want a bite? Mmm. 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 You want a red one? Mmm. Mmm. I think it's time for a little iced coffee. Oh, whoa, lost half.
Where are you getting your ice?
I think it's time for a little bit of lukewarm coffee.
If you pulled out some ice, I'd be pretty impressed. You'd be bougie Dave then.
Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look good?
Smells good.
Yeah, it's pretty potent.
How black that is. Wow.
Ooh.
Mmm. Ooh, that is pretty good. Wow. Mmm. So it's about 7 o'clock. I think it's time we get something to eat. But first, we're going to see Ryan over here is having
Mountain House beef stew with hearty gravy.
and it smells good. I've
It
been
actually is pretty good.
smelling it.
Shockingly.
What?
Bill,
I have the Pinnacle Foods sticky teriyaki chicken. Have not tried it yet, but looks pretty good.
and that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's different. I've never seen this brand before until about a month ago, and I'd like to try out some new stuff, so we'll see how it is.
And coconut rice.
Yeah,
Check that out.
getting bougie up in here.
But
Bougie Bill, that's what they call him.
it doesn't get any better than this, of course. Can you guess what it is? You guessed it. We're having the wraps and the tuna again. Wild caught light tuna in sunflower oil. That should re-energize me. After these guys wore me out today on a 50-mile trail that was supposed to be 6 mile.
All uphill.
Yeah, there wasn't supposed to be hills.
Drifts of snow. fold it, tuck it, and wrap, wrap, wrap. Mmm. Mmm.
We'll take a bite over here too.
Yeah.
Mmm.
There you go.
That is very good. Mmm. But I think I'm gonna finish the rest here. Let these guys eat in peace. And I'll see you in a little while. So we're just sitting around here at a beautiful campfire. Bill gave us some airheads to give us a bit of energy, but it's been a long day. We're going to sit around here and around the fire, maybe have a Q&A. I'll ask these guys a couple questions. That'll be another video, so tune into that one. But I think this is where I'm going to wrap it up for tonight. So thank you all for coming along. God bless all of you. We're praying for all of you. We'll see you in the next adventure. Bye.
Good night.
There's so much adventure out there to be found. Every direction, excitement abounds. But oftentimes we're scared to reach for the stars. Remembering the past, we look at our scars. So take a step forward and look back no more. It's such a short time we have on this floor. We may slip and fall, but that's how it goes. So let the world laugh and show them your pose. Anything's possible, this much I know. With family and friends, I feel free to go. They are my support, you gave them to me. Thank you so much for letting me see. Our time is so short down here on this earth. Each day goes by faster and everything hurts. But we will move forward, 'cause that's what we know. So while we are here, let's give them a show. Anything's possible, this much I know. With family and friends, I feel free to go. They are my support, you gave them to me. Thank you so much for setting me free. This much I know. With family and friends, I feel free to go. They are